sentir la musique. Je peux sentir le jazz.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Just trying to get myself a little bit orientated. Yeah, it is cold. If you're in Joburg right now, it is cold AF. So I'm drinking a little tea. My mom, she didn't get me these, but she handed these down to me, so I really like these. So yeah, today we're gonna go through my brain dump. Small little things that you can do to upgrade your home. Oh wait, I don't even greet you guys. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Yeah, so today's video we're just going to be doing small little things that you guys can do to upgrade your home, small little changes that will just give it a little bit more character. If you just moved into a space and you're not quite sure what to do, or you're not ready to like renovate, or if you have an old space and you don't really have the budgets for like a completely new refresh, these are really simple and cost-effective ways. Nice when you walk into a space and it feels curated. It feels like, okay, you took your time with the space and this is what you came up with. So yeah, our first thing is actually something that I feel like we've seen a lot, but maybe we never really took it that seriously. I see these videos on Instagram a lot, and I'm sure on Pinterest they're also quite there. Not Pinterest, TikTok. I am so scared to get onto TikTok, by the way. Like, I feel like it's just gonna consume so much of my time that I don't even want to. I don't even want to download the app. I'm okay. I'm okay. So yeah, the first thing is painting our doors. So if you're in a home that with the doors a little bit old and they need a refresh, just sand it down and then paint them a black color. I think black is a really nice, beautiful, timeless contrast color. It's a neutral, it's a color, it's a pop of color, and it just always looks elegant. Another thing you can do if you have wood doors, or maybe you already have black doors, I don't know, you can actually paint them white. And I think especially if you're in a white space already, just paint the door white as well if it's a wood. If it's like an ugly wood, of course, I'm a little bit on the edge about like, I find a wood feature, let me just paint it, because wood is just such a beautiful color on its own. But sometimes the wood tone doesn't quite go, so you can paint that white and then maybe just give yourself a nice fresh canvas to work with. Or speaking of wood tones, you can actually what's that word? I guess just change up the wood tone. Get gosh, I want to say varnish, but it's not that. Oh my gosh, where are the words? But you guys know what I mean, because I'll just write it out. So yeah, just change the wood tone. And then while we're still on the doors, my next thing is actually your door handles. Switch out your door handles, especially if you're in an older home, or even if you're in a rental, because they don't always go for like the best finishes. Just switch out your door handles, get something a little bit more modern, go to your homeware store, get something that's a little bit more to your taste, and just switch everything out. And something that's really fun, which I love to do, is thrift out your door handles. Just find something really special, really unique, and just give yourself a little thrift date, you know, just go thrifting, find some pieces that you can bring back, and then you know that like in your home you have this one special feature. Even in your kitchen, because I know kitchens can get really expensive, and if you're not super handy and DIY, you don't really want to repaint your whole kitchen, switch out your backsplash. A more simple step, I suppose step number one, would just be switch out those handles as well. Switch out the little knobs, find something super quirky. I think that's always fun when you find like little quirky doorknobs or door handles, just something unique, something that's not generic. If it does this or this, switch it out. You'll thank yourself a million times over. Finding a wall that you're not sure what to do with, think about wall paneling. It's a different take on a feature wall, or you could do all your walls like that. I feel like it's such a very on trend, and it's such a nice architectural feature. It's kind of plays on a little bit of old school, so bringing the old into the new, and then paint that out. Look into that. It's a little bit more time consuming, but that's okay, because it's your home, you're investing in it, and you're saving yourself so much more money than trying to redo it. So add in a little bit more effort and just give yourself a nice little fun project, get everyone involved, get yourself involved, DIY for life. And then also, if you have like a blank wall, you don't know what to do with it, you're not keen on doing it as a feature wall, look into making it a gallery wall. I feel like gallery walls is always a good idea because they are so much fun. If you don't want to do like a full-on collage, you could just do like one big piece of artwork, even though they can be a little bit hard to source, but you could just do one big piece of artwork, maybe do two, add like a little shelf and a plant, or speaking of shelves, maybe actually add shelving. It's a great way to A, introduce storage, B, introduce a nice space, a nice platform to actually put up some of your home decor. So if you do shelving, you can add like one piece of art, you can add books, make it a bookshelf, you can add like, what do they call these things? Vases, vase. You can add like a nice little vase, candles. Like there's just so much you can do with a shelf. If you're not into that, you're more a plant person, or you want to be a plant person, maybe what you can do is that add plants to that space. You can add like little pockets of shelves and then put your plants there. You can hang your plants. You can create like what do they call them, plinths, platforms, stands. You can do that there and then add plants. I think that will also be fun, or plants and vases. And that's a nice way of just covering up a wall that you're not sure what to do with, but it adds character, adds color, you know, something fun. So yeah, so do that. So we have wall paneling, shelving, gallery wall. Oh yes, another thing is feature walls, but a different take to it. So I love feature walls, but sometimes they can get overdone. It can be a little bit cliche, you know. Unfortunately, it can be a little bit cliche. So what you can do is actually find a little nook in your home, like a small little area. Could be a passageway, a hallway, and just paint the whole space, literally the walls to the ceiling. You can also add like wallpaper to that space, like wallpaper the whole space. It's just a really nice, fun, eclectic way of doing something that's different, doing something that's thoughtful, because you know, thoughtful pieces is really what makes a home. You know, it's not so much just doing the generic and just doing what everyone else does. Just be a little bit different. If you love the color blue but you don't want to have blue walls, find a little space, make that out. Even going back to the shelving, you can like paint your shelves that pop of color, and maybe paint the back wall where the shelves sit that color as well. It won't have to be a whole wall. It can literally just be like a small sliver of a space. So yeah, small little spaces, your nooks, entryways, your ceilings, even paint those out, because I feel like a ceiling is the unspoken feature wall, you know. So like paint that out and just see what it does to your space. If you don't like it, you can always repaint it. It might seem like effort, but it's a great way of canceling out, you know, because like, you know, there's pros, there's cons, there's the process of trying to figure out what you like and what you don't like. So you have to eliminate certain things. You can only eliminate them after you've tried them. Yeah. If you're in an older home, chances are that the sockets definitely represent definitely not the vibes that we're trying to go for. So switch those out. Get something sleek, something modern. You can do like all black. Those really look nice. If you're trying to develop your home into something a bit more classic, you can do brass, especially in the kitchen. If you like want to switch out your what's that word, your plumbing fixtures, I forgot the right word for it. And then you can also switch out your sockets there, add a little bit of brass. I think that's a really nice way to also like introduce color, introduce something interesting. But if you don't really have the budget to switch out everything, what you can do is just buy a spray paint, and then what you can do is just undo them, spray paint them, put them back on. Spray paint can be really, really cheap. It goes from like about 80 rand to like 150 depending on the brand, but it's just such a simple way to zhuzh up a space. And while we're still on the sockets and electrical features, so in my home right now, my electrical box is right by the entrance door, right by the kitchen. It's a bit of an eyesore. So what you can do is just add a piece of art to cover your electrical box. Just nail a little piece of art and then your electrical box is done. And that's like a great way as well of adding color, adding a little bit of feature, but really you are hiding something. So think on that. Think on that. And then the very last thing are your light fixtures. I don't know what I was about to say. Your light fixtures. If you have like really old, or like they're not really your vibes. Like right now I'm looking at my ceiling fan. It's so old school. It's not nice. And ceiling fans can be nice. So look into switching that out as well. I would like to switch this one out, but I'm not sure if it will be a good investment for my rented space. But yeah, in your home, look to switching out your light fixtures, and you will thank yourself a million times over, because it's such a simple thing to do. Find yourself something that's really unique, really beautiful. Go back to thrifting, you know, can find something that tells a story, you know. Get a nice little hanging light, or something a little bit more dramatic that has like a little bit more of like a circumference. Or even in your bedroom, add wall sconces. Like there's just so much you could do with light fixtures. Just look at your, most probably you have a boob light, or you have an ugly ceiling fan, or you have a super generic light that's just not doing the things. Just switch it out. You will see that it's actually not as expensive as you might think it is. It's just that little bit of an investment into your space, and it really makes the world of a difference. So yeah, those are pretty much the things that I wanted to talk to you guys about. My brain dump. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope I inspired you guys as well. I hope we're kind of moving a little bit away from that all white, as beautiful as it is. It's so beautiful, but I would love for more. So if you actually let me be honest with you guys, if you guys look, so there's like two drawers of inspiration really, and they kind of both have a lot of pull. So when you look at your more interior magazines, your architectural digest and all those things, you will see that an all white space is actually not as heavily promoted as you will see it with your influencers, especially on Instagram influencers and your YouTube influencers. They kind of have more of an all white space, which can be very inspiring, especially if someone has curated a lifestyle that you aspire to. You know, they are very much an it girl and you see yourself being that. So that can also be very inspiring when you see that all white space. But I do feel like that all white space doesn't have longevity in the sense of it being super homey. It's very beautiful, and some people, that's just their personalities. They love an all white. You will never tell them otherwise. But I think some people, some of us who love color, I feel like we should do a little bit more of, get more inspiration from like your architectural digest and from like your interior designers. So yeah, really look into that. Look into having a curated space, or thoughtful and intentional, and you know, a little bit of that thing, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope I inspired you guys.